Hello and welcome back. For those of you that have been here before, definitely say hi in the comments. I love hearing from you. And anyone new, welcome. My name is Amy. On this channel, we talk all things spiritual journey, oracle cards, tarot cards, spirit guides, higher self, crystals, pendulums, all the things. So today we're going to be chatting about 4, to me, surprising things that have happened naturally since kind of being on this spiritual journey of learning how to use these different tools, learning how to connect in more deeply with my higher self and my guides, and learning how to really just live my most aligned life. So these 4 things to me were sort of a surprise. So I would love to hear, I'm curious if you have any similarities to what I'm going to share, or if you have some of your own. I would of course love to hear that in the comments. Okay, number 1. My first thing that has kind of surprised me is day to day, I don't wear makeup anymore. I did actually, I feel like a slight caveat. I have this down here with like a chapstick. I did put this on right before I took the video for the photo for my YouTube thumbnail or whatever. But generally, day to day, I don't wear any makeup. And that's just crazy to me, because for a very long time, I would not leave the house unless I had I'm not one who ever really knew how to do my makeup full face or whatever people say, but I would put foundation on, I would put blush on, I would put bronzer on, I would put eyeliner on, I would put brow stuff on and mascara. And then it slowly started weaning down. I think I was trying to let my skin kind of heal a little, and so I stopped using foundation. And then when I did try to use it, it would just feel so heavy and I didn't like the feeling. And then slowly things would just kind of fall away. I stopped using eyeliner, whatever. I also stopped working. I used to be a middle school math teacher, so I used to go into a job every day. Now I'm just at home, so that's probably part of it also. But even when I was home for a long time, I would not leave the house if I didn't do my put a little color on my eyebrows and definitely mascara. And that's just slowly kind of gone away. Obviously, if I was gonna go, if I'm going to a wedding in a few months, I'm gonna wear makeup, but it's probably not gonna be foundation. It's probably just gonna be a little eyebrow and mascara. But that just blew my mind, because I used to even the grocery store, I would have to wear makeup or I would feel naked. And it's funny because now it feels normal to me. So when I see myself, it looks normal. And I was thinking the other day, I'm is it normal because my skin looks better, or is it normal because I'm just used to it? I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of both, but anyway, that surprised me. No makeup. I probably saved so much money also doing that, because the makeup I would buy was all more natural, organic type brands, which are a little pricey. But I like the companies, but now I don't even have to buy makeup. So anyway, that was kind of cool. Number 2, I am someone who used to straighten my hair all the time, especially if I needed it to look nice. If I wanted my hair to look nice, it was getting straightened. And I have a lot of really, really thick hair. So it would take so long, and I would put it on the highest heat imaginable. My husband would be like, "Are you burning something in there?" And I'm just my hair. I fried my hair for years because I didn't know how to take care of it at all. It was just always frizzy. It was huge and frizzy if I didn't do something to it. So I would straighten it. And then a few years ago along this journey, I decided to ditch my hair straightener, and embrace the hair that I have. And it has been years now. All of my straightened hair has been grown out. I'm not gonna say my hair always looks great, because it does not, but that's kind of a thing with when you embrace your waves or your curls or just your natural hair, is it's not always gonna look perfectly straightened. However, even when I would straighten it, if I went outside and it was a little humid, or I got a drop of water on it, drop of rain on it, it would just get puffy. So it's not even if it was straightened, it would stay great, straightened anyway. But anyway, my number 2 is embracing the hair that I have and learning how to work with that and not fry it with a straightener. I do still use a diffuser, a hair dryer, but that's way less intense heat going on my hair. Okay, number 3, I think is the most surprising because I think most people, when they head out on this journey, end up doing the opposite. So what I'm about to share, I feel like some people are gonna not like it. I do have a 3-part series about my journey with this and the spiritual messages I received around this and how I even was able to do this next thing. If you want to like more of the backstory. My number 3rd thing is I actually started eating meat because of the messages I received on my spiritual journey. So I was vegan, I think it was 17 years. It was a long time. I already can't have dairy, so my body just doesn't like dairy. Now I've never tried like raw milk or who knows? There could be like kind of dairy that I can have, but like processed normal dairy, my body does not tolerate. So I was always had been dairy free from like, I realized that I think in college. But then I took everything else out. So no fish, no meat, no eggs. I probably still had honey. I know technically that's not vegan. But anyway, for a very long time. Once in a while, I tried to bring eggs back in, and once in a while I had fish, but my stomach was never happy when I did that. So anyway, that was a long time. And then one day, out of the blue, it was like someone said something about how it's really hard to get all the nutrients being vegan without really like being really good about getting all the like paying attention to all the things that you really need. And I was not someone that had like a bunch of supplements, and I wasn't keeping track of things. I was just eating vegan, mostly healthy. It wasn't all like, although I was eating some like of the vegan like meats like fake meats and stuff, which now it's funny, I can't even, those gross me out now. No offense to anyone who, either way, I'm zero judging. Everyone's on their own journey, everyone's on their own path. However, something clicked in my mind when someone said that, and then I was like, no way. I thought I was going to be vegan for the rest of my life. I thought it was the most healthiest thing, best thing for me, for the planet, etc. And when I checked in with my spiritual guidance and got the opposite, that I was meant to start eating meat, I was meant to live with the land, with the people, so to speak. Again, I go way more in depth in those 3 videos if you're curious. I was blown away. I could not believe that was something I was getting the message to do. But I will say, once I did bring animal products back into my body, which I still don't do dairy, but meat products in, my body definitely felt better. My stomach was flatter, and I just overall felt better. I will say I am very lucky where I live. There are lots of farms near me, so one of the biggest things that made it easier for me is I am able to go to a farm that I trust, that they're at least treating the animals well, that the animals are living outside, and that I know they're not using a bunch of like junk for the animals' food. So I will say I'm all about like the local farming type stuff, and I'm lucky that I live somewhere where I can even entertain that. Okay, and then number 4, probably not super surprising, but I don't know. Number 4 is I don't drink alcohol anymore. Never, ever. I was never someone who drank alcohol like constantly, like every night, but it was definitely like, if I went out, I would definitely have alcohol. I would have stuff at home, like, randomly. It was, so at home, it was not a big deal for me to take out because it's like, whatever, I'm just at home. There were definitely times where I was like, after like when I used to teach 7th grade, 8th grade middle school math. There were times I would come home from that and be like, oh my God, I need a glass of wine. And, the hardest for me was like going to weddings and things and not drinking. So I had to really, that in itself is a whole journey, because you're choosing something different than the norm. Most people are getting like trashed at weddings. And it can feel really fun, and it can like, the alcohol helps like take your guard down, right? So like I'm definitely a huge introvert, and I can play extrovert kind of like when I'm out with people, but it's much more comfortable for me to be like in a one-on-one setting with someone and not in like a wedding type situation. But it was easier to have fun and be like more extroverted with the alcohol. So for me, that was tricky to get out in those type of situations. But I was just saying this on a Facebook Live the other day. I am so grateful that I got the spiritual guidance to take the alcohol out when I did. And the reason why I did, by the way, is not because like I heard other people are doing it. It's not because I got like a spiritual message to get rid of the alcohol. Although I will say it's a spiritual message, but it was just my body talking to me. Whenever I would have even just a little bit of alcohol, I would feel like absolute crap the next day. And like in college, I could drink a lot of alcohol and the next day be pretty okay. But what started to happen as I got a little older, and it could be age, it could just be further into this kind of spiritual journey thing, who knows, maybe a bit of both. I would have barely any alcohol. I tried all different types of alcohol. I tried organic wines. I tried better quality like vodka. No matter what I did, I felt like crap the next day, and even that night, like my sleep was always horrible. So anyway, my body was talking to me, showing me this is not for you anymore. And then I kind of more looked into it, used my pendulum and checked in with my higher self, that kind of stuff. My whole point though, what I was saying the other day on my Facebook Live, is I'm so grateful I took that out when I did, and that I did listen to my body, because I did go through a period of time. My 9-year-old, I had to pull him out of school. He was in like intense burnout. And if I had not gotten rid of alcohol before that event happened, I would have leaned on I would have leaned on alcohol so hard over these few years now, or a year plus, where he's been home, and it was like not the easiest thing supporting someone out of burnout. I would have leaned on alcohol so hard, and I'm so glad that it was just a non-negotiable and I had already gotten rid of it. So it wasn't even something I was entertaining. Okay. So those are my 4 things. I'm curious what you think. Please be nice in the comments. I'm totally fine if you disagree with anything I'm saying. Just please be nice about it when you comment. If you're not nice, I probably will just delete it. So boundaries, right? Hashtag boundaries. So yeah, just be nice if you want to have a chat. And I'm really curious as I'm talking if you notice any similarities for yourself, and if you have anything else to share. Oh, and I will pin in the comments, I have a free 5-day Get Into Alignment email challenge that I've been getting a lot of great feedback over, and it goes right to your email. I'll put the link in the description and probably the pinned comment. But if you have not done that yet, it's a great way to kind of get a little clarity, take those steps of really getting onto your aligned life path. If you're already really on that aligned life path and you know that, this will just help you go even deeper. So it's really, it's made for everyone. Every day you get a short little video from me, you get an affirmation, channeled affirmation, and an action step. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So anyway, I hope that was helpful or entertaining, at least in some way, and I will see you in the next one.